Y'all, I turned the music off. I don't know if that was good or bad or whatever. But let's get into these comments. So the comments from when Sister Girl called her zesty ass man zesting around, and the zest partner just went about the way, but she wanted to attack, and her zesty ass man was holding her back from attacking the zest. Okay, so I just said a comment, and this comment hit hard. It hit different. I mean, I do comment, but this one right here hit different. So I said, okay, when they are in heat, they would take any meat. Okay? Now, I'm not trying to just focus on them, but this is what the conversation was about. Pub offender, this was what the conversation was about. So that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just commenting. So now I'm going to be reading the comments that everybody was replying back to my comment, which I didn't even expect. And I'm telling you, y'all, I was floored. So a lot of people did the laugh out loud, or whatever, okay? And this one commenter had me on the floor. She was like, ma'am, I just need to take your phone. I'm just like, ma'am, if you take my phone, the next video and the next video and the next video ain't gonna change nothing about what's going on in this video. But I love that. It was funny. So then I had over hundreds of comments. Okay. What this person says. This person says, oh, I like this person right here. This person says, sis, that sound like bars. That sound like bars, because I was like, when they are in heat, they'll take any meat. So I'm like, all right, we're going to go with that. Right? Spit them bars. So now everybody I was like, y'all, everybody spit their bars. By the end of the week, we're going to have a whole song about this, right? Because I was like, I wasn't even trying to spit no bars, but when, and this is not an attack on men. I'm talking about the video in particular. And I'm talking about the situation in particular. He's leaving with this woman. And that's what they do. When you're doing everything and they don't have no job, no home, they homosexuals, whatever, you're just giving them more time to do everything to hurt you. Because if they were busy doing something positive, they wouldn't have time to be doing all this extracurricular. Okay? They don't have time to be zesty. They don't have time to have side piece, side chick, side nothing, side baby, side nothing. But when you decide that, it doesn't matter, male or female, but when you decide that you want to take care of them, it's just giving them just more time. Because unless they really love you, they would just be doing what they got to do in the house. Cleaning, cooking, planning fun things for you guys. But not these ones that never had nothing. They're just looking for the next person or the next victim to use. So I like that comment. She was like, that sounds like you spitting bars. I can't get into all of them. It's like hundreds of them. So the next one was like, damn well sad. And then the next one was like, man, I said this one, ma'am, give me your phone. And then, Miss Ma'am, go over there and sit on the corner. You're so messy. I'm dead with this one. Why I gotta go sit in the corner? They was zesty. They was doing the zest. So anyway, what somebody else told me, you're on punishment for remaining to 2025 and part of 2026. And I'll let you know what part of 2026. Laugh out loud. And then this one goes, LOL, nah. But for real, that's the first choice, not the backup plan. Right, that wasn't the backup plan. Because the backup plan was the zest. When they don't heat, when they heat, they don't care about the meat. They don't care about the meat. This is why I feel like some of them are so comfortable with abusing the opposite sex or effeminate, person in the rainbow community, because what they really, really, really want. And we can end this all if they just look. Whatever cheap meat is cheap and free. They don't have to worry about paying for dates and dinners. They don't have to worry about ex-workers and paying for that. They don't have to worry about it. Just go there, because it's always gonna be a percentage of that free, because the heat don't matter. Everything gonna fire flaming hot. Okay, but you got some of them that feminine energy be like, nah. Said it before. Nah, you need to cash me out. Okay? But they'll probably cash that out before they'll cash you out. Because they'll feel more, less masculine if they're paying money for a female versus if they're paying money for that. Let's keep it going. Next comment. I knew a zesty guy who was messing with a guy that had high X drives. One woman wasn't enough for them. That's what it be. It's not about them having all these women. So all these women is just to throw you off. That's not what they want. What they do is they match that they sex drive is so high with women because they don't want you to know they over there in the closet. What y'all wrong in them? That won't let them out the closet. You know what I mean? Women, we built different. Don't get me wrong. Even women that go for women, they're not even like that. They're not even like that. So somebody explain to me why they so look, they're in Florida heat. They got a whole country, a whole state, a whole town, a whole city for themselves on heat. Just go do that. Don't nobody even care. It was already written in the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah. Go Sodom and Gomorrah. Go do that. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Put it on the shirt. That one right there was funny. Cheap meat. I said that one. Cheap meat. Cheap meat is easy, even if it's unchewable. But they'll find a way. When they are in heat, they'll smash anything. That's the part of the song that we started. So it's like, somebody was like, yeah, this sound like bars. So everybody trying to drop their little bars and then make a song. Okay, so what we got here? This is a lot of comments. Laughing. Go slap their mama for that. Okay, we're making a song about this. Spit your best zesty bars. This is what the whole BM bashing BW is about. That's why they call themselves podcast bros. These BMs really hate BWs and want to be BMs. No, they don't want to be BMs. They want to be BWs. Like, I remember I did a video about having a conversation with one of the Narcissist kid. And the Narc kid was like, oh, I just rather be this. I don't want to identify as who I am. Because this Narc kid thought that being a female was easier. That was going to, give this soft life. Like, I don't know how this switched to the point where men or some men, I'm not going to say them all, some men are thinking that the soft life is letting her go work, have the kids, cook, clean, do what, and he just play video games and hang out with his boy. They are not trying to impress you. They're trying to impress themselves and they boys. But if you put them all in one place to unite as one and take care of each other, ish wouldn't be done. Let them go. Let them be zesty by them damn selves. Okay, so what this next person said. I used to look at women crazy for saying it's better to be single. Now I'm older and I am saying it's better to be single. Right. So I saw public. He did a video earlier today with this guy was like, yeah, y'all need to just be forgiving if your wife or your girlfriend, you cheat on them And they don't need to just break up with you. They need to be forgiving, because if they go out there, they're going to find something just as worse or whatever. And he had to come back and retract that damn video. But I'm just thinking, like, why do they got to go out there and find something different and worse? Why can't your peace be by your damn self? Why do they think that you have to have them? Don't get me wrong. Yes, they could burn you that bad that you rest to be the cat lady. All day. Rest to be the cat lady all day long. All day long. Rest to be the cat lady. Solo dolo. Enjoy your own peace. Whatever you got a relationship with God or your family, whatever it is. Why do they feel like they have to be a part of your life for you to be happy? That's why that zest is going to be a whole new thing in the years to come. Okay? That's just what it's going to be. And then I saw another video, and I can't read all these. It's like over 400 comments. I saw another video where the woman was feeling like, oh, I'm second place to corn. They're going to do that anyway. That's not reality. So video games, corn, and all that, they don't know that this is purposely targeting them so that they don't live normal, but they're okay, but they're not all. Not all. Like I said, I got some good men that I'm surrounded with, and good men in my family that I love to the dearest. So I'm not even talking about y'all. I'm just talking about the ones that I don't even have to talk to, deal with, or nothing. Okay? Nothing. But make it make sense. Make it make sense. If they can't respect women and not abuse women, not abuse children, and not trap women with children like the lady in the other video, she raged out. She clocked it. No cap, clocked it. They was done for 3 years, and he come to see the kid, but he's all in her business, like calling her name because she's dating now, but he already got with the side piece that he was cheating with for 3 years, but he's all in her damn business, coming to her crib, telling her that she's not a woman and she needs to respect it, like whatever. In my crib, she did clock that. But I'm telling you, when you get to my point, clocking it is not even going to be a clock. It's not even going to be a clock. It's going to be worse than a clock. Because at my age, I'm not dealing with nobody else, especially in my crib. I don't have no little kids. Got 2 kids, they not little bitty babies. Okay? But some of these women are dealing with little bitty babies. If I was dealing with little bitty babies, because I do. Because I'm a school teacher. A whole different thing. But if I had to deal with a little bitty baby, wanting to think they're helping me raising a little bitty baby because they mother raised them to be a little bitty baby, stay with it. Clocking it. Not grown up. Want to play video games. Princess treatment. Don't want to work. Want to be all in your business. Does nothing with the child. Uneducated, stupid, dumb. And then want to go and try to yell and scream and project and abuse you. That's the new generation of relationships. So who would trade that in for their peace? For their peace. Time's up. Be blessed.